Hey guys, all the products you see in this video can be found in the description down below. Hey guys, today we have the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth, and I'll tell you my favorite thing about this in just a second, but first something you need to know. Guys, I will give you a brief description on how to play this, but first, the reason why you're really here is you want to know if this game is actually fun, if you're going to actually play this game, or if you're going to get it, it's going to go in your closet and you're never going to see it again, right? So I will tell you guys, this game is fun, it is pretty strategic, but it's one of those games where it is fun to play, and it's different every single time you play because there's different strategies that you can play to win, and there's just different things you can do. It isn't one of these games where there's like a one route to victory. There's multiple ways to victory, multiple different strategies you can employ. So no matter how many times you play this game, it doesn't get boring because there's different strategies you can use. Now let me show you how to play. All right, guys, I'm going to give you a very basic rundown of this game. I don't want to give you a whole tutorial, or this could take a long time. I just want to give you a quick idea of how the game works, how the gameplay works. That way you will know if it's fun for you. If you've ever played Seven Wonders Duel, it's very similar to this, okay? If not, this is how it works. So in this game, guys, you're going to be either playing as Sauron, or you're going to be playing as the Fellowship of the Ring. If you're the Fellowship of the Ring, you start off right here where this ring is. If you're Sauron, you're going to be this wraith over here chasing the Fellowship of the Ring. There's three ways to win the game. One is this bar. There's two other ways. We'll start with explaining how this bar works, okay? Now, this works by drawing different cards. If you get the right cards, you can move your player forward. If you are Sauron, you would move your horse forward one at a time. There's these little indicators on here, and if you land on one, you get certain perks. And if you were the Fellowship of the Ring, you would move your guy forward, okay? If you were the Fellowship of the Ring, you would eventually win if you were able to move all the way down to Mount Doom. As you see, that last indicator is Mount Doom right here. If you get there before the Wraith gets you, then you win. However, if the Wraith catches up to you and lands on you before you're able to get to Mount Doom, then Sauron wins the game. And like I said, the way you move on this board is by drawing different cards and getting different benefits. The second way to win is to get the support of the 6 different races. So that, for example, that'd be the elves, the hobbits, the dwarves, the humans, Ents, and the wizards. If you have all 6 of these races down in your play area, then you would win the game. And then there's another way to win the game, and that would be if you have presence in every single region. And what that means is you have different fortresses, and you have armies. If you have an army or a fortress in every single one of these regions, then you would also win the game. There are some conflicts in this game and how you resolve conflicts in this game. So for example, there's one soldier here from Sauron's army. You have 3 Fellowship armies over here. How this works is just basically 1 for 1. Since you already know there's only 1 of them there, you could just send 2 of your guys over there. So you'd send 2, there'd be obviously 2 of you, 1 of him, so 1 of you would go away, 1 of his would go away, leaving you as the only army on that square. And if you have presence, which means you have an army or a fortress on every single one of these regions, then you would also win the game. There's also one other way to win, and that is if the game ends and nobody has the support of the 6 different races, nobody's beat the end of the timeline, caught up to the Fellowship or gotten to Mount Doom, and nobody has presence on all of the territories here, whoever has the most territories would then win. If people are tied at that point, then the game just ends in a tie. How gameplay works is you can do one of 2 things. You can either draw a landmark card and then do what that says, or you can draw a chapter card. So how the landmark cards work is you would draw it, and then if you have the qualifications needed to use this, then you would be able to do what the instructions down here say on the card to do. And these things do anything from moving you on the timeline, to giving you presence on the board, to doing all kinds of different things, giving you special abilities with the races. It's just really cool. Now, the other thing you can do is you can draw from the chapter cards. And the chapter cards do exactly what they look like. So for example, if you drew this chapter card, it has a ring on there. The ring cards mean that you can move your guy one direction on that timeline thing. So if you were Sauron, you'd move the Wraith. If you were the Fellowship, you would move the Fellowship towards Mount Doom. If you were to grab this one, I have favor with the elves, and that can do different things for you during the game, but it also gets you one step closer to having favor with all 6 races. This one will give you just 2 gold coins. Anyways, so on and so forth. Some of these landmark cards you're going to draw require you to have certain cards in your play area. As you can see, this one has a heart. So in order to play this card, you would have to have all these items, as well as the heart. And as you can see, this one right here is a heart. That's the basic gameplay. I'm not going to go through all of the rules, otherwise we'd be here all night. But as you can see, there's 3 different strategies to win. How you play is very interesting and very fun. And guys, this little setup here goes chapter by chapter. There's different setups for every chapter. So the first chapter you play like this, you can only draw the face-up cards. Once those are gone, like say someone drew that card, now you flip this one over, and now that one can be played. And then so on and so forth. My favorite thing about this game, guys, is the fact of how many strategies that there are to playing this game, to winning this game, as well as just all the art. The art on this game is so well done. Every card is well crafted. It's just a really fun themed strategy game, and it's just something you don't get tired of. I really like the fact that it's just you and one other person going back and forth trying to beat each other and trying to figure out which strategy and changing that strategy. Yeah, maybe one strategy is not working, so you really try a different strategy. And then there's that third strategy on how to win as well. So there's a whole bunch of different ways to win. You could win any 3 of them, and you can change your process anytime during the game. And it's just a really fun, dynamic game, and that's my favorite thing about it. Guys, I highly recommend this product. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton. Have a good day, guys.